Hello, how are you? It's already December, less than a month. The New Year's coming, and the year 2025 is going away. How fast? Of course, some of you are looking forward to Christmas, and other people are feeling sorry because you didn't do anything special or establish anything this year. Well, wait a minute. It's not over yet. You still can do something before New Year's. And again, other people probably are looking forward to the new year to come. Well, next year, like I told you about it, the next year is going to be the year of Horus, right? So, for those who feel like you didn't do anything special, well, I'd like to suggest that you would that you give thanks to someone who have done something nice for you, or people who thought about you this year, or they helped you, something like that. Talking about Thanksgiving. In Japan, you have the Labor Thanksgiving holiday, which is not that traditional. It's pretty new. It was established, I believe, after World War II. But the oldest Thanksgiving Day was of the United States of America. Um, Always, there are four holidays from the last Thursday through Sunday of November. We call it the Thanksgiving holidays. Well, the history goes back almost nearly 400 years before the United States of America gained its independency from Britain. Of course, before there were English colonies, those many areas, right? Some of them were Dutch colony, some of them Spanish colony, some of them Portuguese colony, some of them French colony, some of them Russian colony, some of them were German colony, etc. Anyway, the first Thanksgiving took place with the people who immigrated. Well, they emigrate from Europe and immigrate into the New World or the American continent. Today, the place is called Plymouth in Massachusetts, the state of Massachusetts. That's in the east side of the United States of America today. But at that time, there weren't the United States of America or Canada or uh, Mexico or any of the countries today we know in the American continent. Simply many different kinds of tribes. Well, today we call them the Native Americans. Used to be called American Indians, but today we call it sort of like Aborigines, right? People who lived there originally before European people or Asians or Africans or Oceanians or those people started to move, means immigrate into the continent, of course. Now, nearly 400 years ago, before the United States of America established, a number of European people, especially people called pilgrims, and also people, probably very similar to Amish people from the Netherlands, and partially probably some German, Belgium, mm, that area, those people, with some of the people from England. Uh, they decided to leave their mother countries in Europe. Why? Because they believed and practiced their own religious belief or way of life. But then their country decided, oh, you must be this kind of, you must believe in this kind of religion, or England, you have to believe in the Church of England. So those people were seeking for their freedom of belief or religion or way of uh, well, their lifestyle to continue in the new land in the American continent. So the ship, of course, there wasn't an airplane, so no train either. Of course, how could you? Because the ocean uh, between the American continent and the European continent, right? So ship was the only transportation available at the time. And the ship was called Flower. Sorry, Mayflower 1, the first one. But unfortunately, when they arrived, today it is called Plymouth in Massachusetts. It was too cold for them in the winter because it's a new land. They didn't know how to build their houses. They didn't know how to cultivate the the land and grow food or hunt food. So everyone died. Then Mayflower the second, or the second Mayflower, or Mayflower 2, the ship. Again, same kind of people carried and arrived in the new land, new world, or the American continent. Today it is called, again, Plymouth, Massachusetts. That's where the very first Thanksgiving started. Before the United States of America uh, became the official independent country in 1776. So that was only about 250 or some years ago, right? But we're talking about nearly 400. I would say 360 or 370 years old ago. So, the United States of America has been there for like 200, over 250 years. So it's not that new country. Of course, it's not that traditional old country either, but there are many, many other countries, uh, which are younger or newer, of course. Anyway, let's go back to the story of Thanksgiving. Those new immigrants in the new world met some of the people who spoke similar language to the English language. You think that's a lie? No, I believe it's true because we had the frozen age, right? At that time, the northern uh, area was all frozen. So people could cross the ocean because they were frozen. From today, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Russia, or Iceland or Greenland, those people easily could come to northern part of Canada today. That time when there wasn't Canada with the United States or Mexico, right? It's just a big continent. And there are people we call today Native Americans, many, many tribes. Within the United States of America, there are about 50 different tribes. And people who are coming from northern part of European countries and native New World people probably going back and forth and back and forth, back and forth. So I wouldn't be surprised some of them spoke similar language to English because, for example, Norwegian and English are very similar language. Also, English is one of the Germanic languages. So it means Dutch or part of Belgium, and German people speak similar language to English, and the Scandinavian people, of course, their language is quite similar to English. So I wouldn't be surprised that they could understand each other quite well. Anyway, those native people helped newcomers from Europe how to build the houses, how to hunt animals to eat, mainly turkey, the bird, uh, much bigger than chickens, and they cry like a gobble 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 gobble, So, and they are delicious. And the pumpkins, potatoes, uh, green beans, string beans, tobacco, maize or corn, some people say. Corns in American English, or maize in British English. In British English, corns mean any kind of a grains, like a rice or wheat or rye, going like that. Grains, anyway. That's what they call it, corn. So then the second comers with the Mayflower too, they all survived cold winter and probably hot summer. Then November today, but I don't know that time was August, after August, maybe September, maybe October, maybe December. Anyway, the time of harvest. So they had plenty of food to eat, and they had a house to keep themselves warm and sleep. And probably how to fetch the water for drinking or cooking, how to hunt the native birds called turkey today, the big gobble 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 birds, to roast. And they are thankful for the good harvest. And perhaps they thank God for that. And most importantly, those newcomers show their thanks toward the native people who helped new people. That's the very, very first Thanksgiving. Today, in the United States of America, people cannot openly decorate Christmas things. For example, in the department stores or the streets before this Thanksgiving holiday is past. Because, well, you can understand why, right? So, those who have not done anything nice this year or established anything yet, it is time that you can give thanks to somebody who helped you, who thought about you, or you think you like them. Thanksgiving before the event. Okay, that's about it. We're talking about the American Thanksgiving. Of course, Canada has their Thanksgiving too, but it is much, much earlier. And I guess history is much, much shorter. So Take care of yourself. And aloha for now.